All right, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nolan Ulm, founder of Make It Happen Coaching, where we've helped over 100 men transform their bodies. Today we have a special guest on the channel, my guy. We've been working together for quite some time now. We got Cyrus on the channel, so I'll let you introduce yourself, Cyrus. Super excited to have a little interview today and talk about your experience with the program.
Excellent. Thank you, Nolan. Yeah, first off, I'm an athlete. I've been boxing for the past 3 years now, competitively. I've been going through a bit of a wrist injury lately, but still been training, and Nolan's honestly been great for that too. He's been modifying all my workouts and everything like that to work with my injured wrist. So that's been phenomenal. And I also work in the sales industry. So all the time, like I'm busy all the time, and Nolan's been perfect with working around my busy schedule and everything like that. So that's kind of just a little bit about me, but I'll hand it back to you, Nolan.
Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, no, Cyrus, you definitely don't want to meet him in a back alley when it's dark at night, and you're giving him some trouble. He's not that guy. So, it's been awesome working with you. Give me a little bit of a rundown and give everyone a little rundown. Where were you at before we started working together? Before you joined the program?
Okay, so before I joined the program, I've been counting calories for roughly about, let's say, 2 years now. And no, it might even be a little bit longer. Yeah, so I've been just counting calories on my own. Never really paid attention to macros or anything other than, I guess, technically protein. I paid attention to protein, but fats, carbs, didn't care about that stuff. Like it was just calories in, calories out, and then kind of trying to hit my protein goal to the best as possible. The first time I did it, when I first started calorie counting, I was able to get pretty lean, but I didn't look that defined. Like I looked pretty good, but I was never really shredded, if that makes sense. And that was clearly due to just the macros, like not paying attention to macros. So when I started with Nolan, after 2 years of trying to get back to that first calorie counting session when I got shredded, he ended up getting me to focus a lot more on the fats and carbs as well as the protein, not just focusing on calories in and calories out. So this time when I got shredded and got lean, I looked so much more defined and everything just popped a lot more opposed to when I did it on my own, focusing on only calories and not really knowing the science behind anything like that. So yeah, ultimately that's kind of where I was at, just doing it on my own and basically just spinning my wheels. I'd go for like 6 weeks, start dialing in, looking good, and then I'd fall off track because there was no accountability there. I mean, I'd keep myself accountable, but if I felt like having a snack, I'm gonna have a snack. There was nobody to let down. Whereas when I was working with Nolan, if I was gonna have a snack, I knew I'd have to tell him at the end of the week, like, man, I screwed up. I cheated on the diet. Like it was just nice to have that external accountability there. And honestly, it's kind of built an internal habit for me. Like now, whenever I go and I look at something sweet, I'm like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have that. Like I'm not doing anything good for myself. Like there's no point in even if I was to stop today working with Nolan, I feel like he would have instilled this into me now so I could continue my life and never have to worry about getting out of shape again or anything like that. I could continue doing what I'm doing and I'd be able to look at things and know what I should eat, what I probably shouldn't eat, and then I can still sprinkle in the bad things here and there, but he's taught me how to do it in moderation and not go overboard.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really appreciate that. It's awesome to hear about the nutrition side of things. What about the training side? What was that like? Like obviously I told you the style of training was probably going to be something different than you've ever done before. How was that? And what was your experience like with the training program?
So the training was excellent. I first started off doing my own training before Nolan with ChatGPT, and with me being a boxer, I was getting it to build me workouts to build explosiveness and strength at the same time. And I noticed a bit of change, but there wasn't much structure behind it. I was always in a progressive overload state where Nolan taught me that that's not beneficial. Like I need to have deload weeks and add in training cycle. So that way my body has a little bit to recover and I'm going up, then I'll deload, come down a little bit, and then I'll skyrocket way higher with my strength and my explosiveness. So just having that was great. And then next, the type of workouts were a lot more unique and a lot more in depth and boxing specific opposed to when I was doing it on my own with just ChatGPT. And it honestly made a huge difference. Like I noticed so much in my punching power and my speed. Like everything felt so much quicker and I just felt ready to go all the time.
Yeah, like I said, you don't want to meet him in a back alley. He's ready to go all the time. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
exactly.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about the being in sales, right? And you came to one of my games. I remember you said, in between, plays or when there was media timeouts, you're over there selling. Like you're always thinking about business, attacking business, and having time to be able to do your job at a really high level is really important to you. Like you said, this really helped navigate around that. Can you talk a little bit more about how it was balancing, I guess not balancing, but being able to do both?
So the first thing was when I started seeing like the change when I was dialing in with everything, it just gave me such a better headspace. I'd start off in the morning, go to the bathroom, brush my teeth with my shirt off, and I just felt so much better. So I was already starting the day off way better, ready to attack the day. When I would go into my sales calls or anything like that, I just felt so much better. And eating clean and eating all the way that I was, it was giving me such a better headspace. I never felt like having that foggy brain or anything like that. I always felt clear, ready to go. And with the long hours and everything like that, no one was able to help me build out a plan that was very efficient in the gym, but it didn't take a whole lot of my time. Like I was only working out 3 days a week and I was seeing insane progress in strength, explosiveness, and everything around that.
Yeah, and that's incredible. I think a lot of people they think they need to be in the gym for, 3 hours a day, 6 days a week. But like you said, like if you have those pillars and especially what we do is minimum effective dose, where it's like you just need to do enough to get the results that you want and nothing more, nothing less, right? And you found that sweet spot, which is awesome to hear. Tell me about the shape that you got in, because obviously, I told you when I put that before and after pic up on Instagram, the DMs flooded with people like, oh my goodness, like this is incredible. Talk a little bit about getting the most shredded that you ever have before.
Oh, it feels amazing. Like honestly, I love it. Like before, what was it? I think it was nine weeks ago before I had gotten really diced. Like I never really wanted to take my shirt off, anything like that. And now it feels amazing. Like all the time, whenever there's an opportunity, more than happy to, take it off. And I don't go to the beach being like, oh shit, it's time to take the tarps off. Like it's not a big deal anymore. Like I'm hyped about it, always happy because I'm shredded now and it's awesome. So just that, and then mentally, it was a huge game changer all the time. Being in a great shape just made everything so much better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, man. No, it was great to see you get to that point. And tell everyone a little bit too, like you must have been eating like 1,500 calories a day to be that shredded, right?
No, no, even with my intense training, Nolan didn't have me eating much under my maintenance. Like I was eating 2,300 calories most of the days, and I wasn't really ever hungry. Like he taught me ways to eat, and he built me out a meal plan so that way I could add in little snacks that weren't huge calories or anything like that that would carb me up for my workouts. And it wouldn't burn most of my energy. Like I never felt tired or exhausted going back onto like the macro side of things. Like he dialed in the macro so much for me that I never felt tired, never felt hungry or anything like that, even while being in a deficit.
Yeah, that's incredible to hear, right? Because a lot of people think they need to be at 1,600 calories, but you're over here, operating as a pro, right? And you're fine. And we didn't, like you said, like even with the priming that we did, like putting you in a spot where you never needed to go below that 2,300, right? Like that's and some people are like mind blown, right? They think they need to be at 1,700 calories. So that's awesome to hear. Talk a little bit about the mental side of things. Probably the biggest out of anything else. I know you've mentioned it already, but I'm more specifically talking about, you know, the call that we got on, or everything that we talk about when it comes to the mentality side of things, because right? Like this is all about an identity change and shifting who you are more than it is about getting shredded, right? So talk to everyone a little bit about that because we went deep, right? With the call that we
Yeah.
had and all the conversations that we've had.
Yeah. No, that's a huge point to bring into it too. And let alone just getting shredded, like you said, like the mindset shift I've had working with you, like that call that we got on, I think it was like an hour and a half call, and we just dove deep into mindset and we went through everything. And ever since that day, like I've been feeling like a different person. Like every day it feels like something's different. And then we made up that metaphor too for myself when I would see sweets or anything like that when I felt like cheating on my diet. That was huge. Every time I'd see something sweet or something like that that I want to do to cheat on my diet, we would we built this thing where I would picture myself basically executing myself, my former self that is going to be this high level boxer, high level businessman, shredded and everything like that. I was basically executing that person when I would have a cheat meal or anything like that, which wasn't in moderation. And just having those little mindset shifts was crazy. And going back on the way I felt too, like the feeling from before being shredded compared to when I was shredded is insanely different. And it made a huge impact everywhere. Like I'd go into training feeling so much better. I'd go into all my calls feeling better. I'd go into everything just feeling a lot better and feeling more motivated, ready to do everything because I wouldn't look in the mirror and be like, oh, ashamed of what I see. I was always stoked with what I seen. And it made a huge shift.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's great to hear. What were some of the hesitations that you had before jumping into the program?
So ultimately, because I've done it on my own, that was the biggest hesitation. I'm like, ah, I can do it. Like I've done it before. And that was a big hesitation there because I'm like, I don't know if I need to pay for this. Like I can do it on my own. I've done it before, but I've been spinning my wheels for 2 years now trying to get this figured out. And that investment was 100% worth it. It was paid itself back tenfold with the mindset change and everything like that when it comes to business and the way that I feel. Like I would do it again 10 times, like I just mentioned. Like more than worth it for sure.
That's awesome. Uh, Cyrus, there's someone out there that's like you, right? Who maybe is on the fence or maybe they're in the shadows or they're 2 years and have kind of been spinning their wheels like you were, right?
Yeah.
They're struggling in the shadows. What would you say to that person with where they're at right now?
I'd tell them just to do it. Like it is more than worth it. Like I mentioned, like it can be scary. It definitely can be scary to jump in, do something different, especially when you know you've done it on your own. But you've been struggling for a while. Like why keep doing that? Like life's short. You might as well speed up everything.
Yeah.
And that's my opinion on it. Like I guarantee I'd still be going the same way I was for another year, maybe two, maybe three, who knows? But now I got it done in 9 weeks. Like it was so worth it.
Yeah, it is true. I forgot that it was only 9 weeks too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Cyrus, I appreciate you jumping on. And if you are somebody who's struggling or looking to get real results and completely transform not just their body, but their identity or your identity, there's a link down below. You guys can book in a call or just DM me at my Instagram, DM Shred, and we can have a conversation. This is really is not for everybody. You got to be someone that really wants to be great, just like Cyrus here. We want to have a community full of people just like that, where everyone's hungry to be the best version of themselves and pushing each other to their ultimate potential. So, if that's you, like I said, click those links down below. If not, subscribe. We'll be posting more interviews, more informational videos on here, and comment with any questions you guys have. I want to see you guys get in the best shape of your life and be shredded. So, that being said, we'll see you guys in the next video. Make it happen. Out.